Hello, today I'm going to be moving my baby Fiddle Leaf Fig trees from water to soil because they have been in there for a long time, many months, and now they need to be on their individual pots with soil, so keep me company. So I'm going to start with this, I believe, yeah. This one has the leaves already getting all brown. Actually, this is two of them. I completely had forgotten. This I started before I broke my wrist, so they just remain in here forever because I was busy healing. And see, they have huge, long roots. Okay, so I'm going to need another of these plastic pots. So actually, I already have one. I have another one. All right, so what I'm going to do is start with this one that I had previously gotten rid of a bunch of dirt, put it over here because I need space for the plant, the roots, and the space of the trunk if I had any. So this over here, if you can see, the piece of trunk is going this way. And this was because the tree, the baby tree that I rescued, and you will see a video later on, broke. So this is the way I could rescue them. And what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to trim the leaves. Even though they look very healthy, they need to be a lot smaller so the tree can grow sort of like this. After checking on the leaves and see how close they are over here to each other, I think the best thing to do is just completely get rid of this one and trim this one in half because they are so close together to the roots and to each other that it's not going to help much. But if you can see here, there is another little baby leaf coming up, so that's always a good thing. It's always sad to get rid of a leaf, but it's necessary. I'm trimming over here the big leaf, mostly so hopefully it will be relieved by having so much, by not having so much to feed. And I always feel horrible to have to do this to leaves or trees, but in the large scheme of things, it is better. Okay, I have the roots over here. I'm going to be gently putting them kind of loose. I'm putting them a little loose, covering them, and then I will go with more of the dirt. Right now I'm going to be removing some dirt from this other pot so I have more room to maneuver the roots. Although this one doesn't have so much roots, so much stuff in the roots, so it's going to be a lot easier. Yeah, this one is kind of like a messed up leaf, but because it has roots, I'm going to just leave it like that. Later on, it will be growing more leaves. It doesn't show that it's growing anything right now, and it has just this tiniest of branches in here. So I'm just going to cross my fingers. I'm trying to leave all the leaf outside with the stem and cover the roots very well. I probably will use something to hold it sticking up straight up. But for now, the most important part is that since they have been in water, they need to be very wet. And then I'm not going to water them in a long, long time, probably a week or two, depending on how the soil feels. So this water has this vitamin. If you're enjoying this video, do me a favor and click or tap the thumbs up. Your thumbs up really makes a difference. Typically, I have the plastic pot inside of a Ziploc bag, so the water gets inside of the bag instead of making a mess all over. And still later on, if the plant needs it, it will suck it up from the bottom of the same pot. I didn't do it over here, but I did it over here. I did it on this other one. And if you see, there's the water with vitamins pooling at the bottom. I'm not going to leave them soaking for a long time because the Fiddle Leaf Fig tree doesn't like to have wet soil. This is another one that fell at the same time. It also has the problem that the leaves are growing sideways because this is how the tree was. I'm going to wash out these stains later on. This is probably the rooting hormone. And here comes another tiny little baby leaf. And I believe I will have to trim the leaves as well because they are way too big for this tiny, tiny little branch. I'm going to remove these, which are the covers of the leaves. They do nothing for the tree, but I have to be very delicate because I don't want to harm any of these. So I'm going to get rid of this beautiful leaf, even if I don't really want to, because it will be more of a chance for the roots to grow the right way. And I'm sorry, little branch, but here we go. Ugh, I hate chopping leaves. So basically, to repot or to plant your Fiddle Leaf Fig from water to soil, what you need to do is, now that you have your roots showing in your propagation, get good soil mixed with perlite. Make sure that everything is moist and nice. Do not overwater your Fiddle Leaf Fig plant, and in a few short weeks you will start seeing these little buds for new leaf or perhaps a new branch. It is super sweet, and this is one that has been taking extra long. This leaf is the one that I cut because it was too damaged and too big for the tiny little piece of stem with roots. But as you see, they will grow. They all took a different length of time to grow new leaves, but if you're just a little patient, you will see progress in your beautiful Ficus Lyrata. This is Pablo, looking healthy, growing new leaves. I am still hoping for a different branch. You can also make sure that you have vitamins in your water. Do not overwater. Water your plants doesn't equal love. Just water them every week, depending on the season, maybe every 2 weeks. They do not need as much water, but come spring, add vitamins and watch the next video.